Good morning, everybody. So, how are you today? Good. Thank you so much for coming today. Yeah, outside is a little bit cold, right? Are you ready for winter? No? But we have to ready for it, right? You know, one day a man, he decided to cut down a bamboo tree. There was a big bamboo tree in front of his house. Then he decided to cut down it, destroy it. Then he went to that bamboo tree with the knife and he cut down it. After a week, then he wanted to investigate that bamboo tree. Then he went to that tree and he saw again that bamboo tree is growing up. What he did, he again cut down it, destroyed it. After a month, he wanted to see again about the bamboo tree. What he did, he went to that place and he saw again that bamboo tree is growing up. Again, he cut down the bamboo tree. What do you think? If he want to destroy that bamboo tree, what he has to do? Find the root, dig the root, pull it up. Then it doesn't grow up anymore. Buddha taught this good message, a wonderful sutta. We call Mahara Kasota. It comes from Samyutta Nikaya. There are so many thoughts come to our mind. Sometimes we are trying to cut down, not dig the root. We don't try to find the root and pull it up. Just cut down. Buddha taught us, first of all, you have to find the root. Where does that thought come from? What is the case of that thoughts? Then you can, get some idea about that thoughts, how to destroy, how to let it go. Before that, you have to cultivate another one thing, mindfulness. You have to be mindful. What I think and what do you do? You have to think deeply about that. A man came to the Buddha and he asked, Buddha, what is leading the five senses? What is leading the five senses? The Buddha said, mind. Mind is leading the five senses. Then again that man asked, what is leading the mind? Then Buddha said, mindfulness leading the mind. For example, there was a kindergarten girl. One day he went to the school and her teacher asked, what is the biggest thing in the world? What is the biggest thing in the world? One of boys said, elephant. An elephant is biggest thing in the world. One of girls said, my father. My father is biggest thing in the world. That little girl said, my eye. My eye is biggest thing in the world. Then teacher was confused. After school, that teacher went to that little girl and asked, what did you mean? Your eyes is biggest thing in the world, you said. What does that mean? That little girl said, you know, teacher, my eyes can see my father. It can see an elephant. It can see everything. Are you thinking, is it her eye or her mind? Mind. Because mind is leading the five senses. Then we recognize, this is my father, this is an elephant, this is cushion, this is chair. We recognize because our five senses are getting so many things to inside. Then we recognize, everything. But Buddha said, mindfulness is leading the mind. Without mindfulness, you cannot handle your mind. You have to be mindful about your mind and thoughts, because that both come all together, thoughts and mind. Think about when you were getting anger thoughts with your friend or your partner. You can imagine about your anger. Sometimes it is just a word, but you act very crazy. You spoke very bad word or hard word, useless word. Then you thought, I have anger, because you see your thoughts, anger thoughts. Then you have anger mind. That both come to all together. We have to understand one thing, then we can understand both things, mind and thoughts. But first of all, you have to be mindful about your mind and thoughts. Buddha compare our mind like a piece of white cloth. Now I am going to give you piece of white cloth. Then I am telling you, please turn that cloth like a red. What will you do? You are coloring that cloth like a red. Then I am telling you, please, I want blue clothes. Then you can color it like a blue. You can color it like a green, purple. Same way, our mind like a piece of white cloth. We can color it. If you want a compassion mind, you can color it like a compassion. If you want loving mind, you can color it. If you want a stupid mind, you can color it. You want a stinky mind, you can color it. Nobody color it for you, just you can color it. You are the person. I can remember another beautiful story. During the Buddha's time, there were two brother monks. One day, senior monk came to the junior and said, "You know, brother, you cannot practice this teaching of the Buddha. You tried 3 months, memorize one verse, but you couldn't. I'm telling you, just disrobe and go home, take care of our parent well." That little monk, he was crying. He said, "I don't want to go home. I want to stay with the Buddha. I love him. I need him." You know, baby monks. Then Buddha saw that little monk, and he went to him and touched his head smoothly. And Buddha said, "If you want to stay with me, please get this white cloth." He gave a little piece of white cloth to that monk. "And rub it with your hand and chant this mantra." He gave a mantra. Rajo Haranam, Rajo Haranam. Okay. Now that monk, monk is rubbing the white cloth and he is chanting. Rubbing and chanting. Rubbing and chanting. After 10 minutes, he looked at that white cloth and he was surprised because it is not white, it is dirt. And he was thinking deeply, "Oh, this cloth like my mind. I had very pure mind like a piece of white cloth. But now it is not pure anymore." We had, right? When we were child, babies, we had pure mind. Do you think you have now pure mind? No. Me too. Me too. Then he was thinking deeply about himself. He saw his inside and he understood. Then he became enlightenment. You know, friend, I love to look at the babies. When I look at them, they smile with me. That smile is very genuine, very pure, innocent. Think about our smile. Is it genuine, pure? Not at all. But baby's smile is very genuine. It is innocent. We had that smile, but it is not now. When you develop your mind, then you can get that again. You smile. Then you can, make your mind pure. Like a piece of cloth. Then you can color it. kindness, compassion, joyfulness, you can develop. Huh? First of all, you have to understand your inside. That is the most important things. During the meditation time, you are trying to look at your inside. Then when you look at your inside, then you can feel how many weaknesses do you have. It could be, anger, jealousy, hatred, delusion, greedy, so many. And you have two positions. If you like to be good person, you have to two positions. First one is, when you explore your mind, then you can see weaknesses. Then you have to pick up which one is strong. Maybe anger, maybe jealousy, hatred. Just pick up one thing. Then you have to try remove that thoughts. Then automatically your good mind come up. Spiritual qualities come up. Another position is, when you explore your mind, you can see your spiritual things. Your loving kindness, compassion, whatever. Which one is strong, you have to develop it, cultivate it. Then automatically your bad mind go down. We have two positions. Pick up which one is strong about your bad. Pick up which one good about your wholesome. And why we have to develop, why do we want to develop our mindfulness? When you do speak, you have to do that speak well. When you do action, you have to do that action well. That's why we want to develop our mindfulness. Sometimes people are thinking the mindfulness meditation like a buzzword, just a word. It is not word, it is practice. When you do speak, you have to think. I always say, you have to think. T, is it true? H, is it helpful? I, is it necessary? Inspiring. N, is it necessary? K, is it kind? You have to think when you do speak. Before you speak, you have to think. And before your action, you have to think again. How? It is good for you. It is good for others. Sometimes it doesn't good for you and others. Buddha said, don't do that. Is it good for you and others? Sometimes it is good for your side, not others. Don't do that. Sometimes it is good for others and it is not good for you. Buddha said, don't do that. Buddha said, what is good for you and others? Just do it. Okay? Before you action, you have to think. And before you speak, you have to think. That is another way developing your mindfulness practice. Okay, friends, thank you so much for coming today. Please practice this meditation as much as you can. It is always cultivate your mindfulness and compassion, your spiritual qualities. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.